Hi everyone, Cynthia here. I'm back with another video for my Halloween series, and I did tell you guys in a previous video where I showed you how I made these earrings out of faux leather that I was going to come back and make a little gift box for them. And I was going through some of my old patterns, and I remembered I had this gift box from a few years ago. And if you don't remember this gift box, I'll post a link below. Pardon me. It's a 3-step, this one is a 4-step tower gift box. And it's rather large, but I love the size of this one. But of course, you don't need something this large for a couple pairs of earrings. So I decided to make a small one. And this is how it came out. I thought it was so cute. So the ghost you see here and the sentiment, "A Little Boo for You," I have popped up on foam tape for dimension. And I used a stamp set from Darcy's Heart and Home. And it's called Ghostly Greetings. I purchased this years ago from Not Too Shabby Shop. She has an online store. She has an Instagram page, Facebook, a YouTube channel. I'll post a link below to all. I'm not sure if she still has the stamp set, but she has a ton of stuff in her store of other stamp sets, as well as pattern paper and ephemera. So I'll just post a link below if you want to check it out. But I love this sentiment, "A Little Boo for You," because we do special "You've Been Booed" gifts at my job, and I just think that's perfect. And this ghost, I use this for a lot. And then on the inside, I use this sentiment here, which you will see. But this is how it turned out. It's so stinking cute, right? It's tiny. I love it. And you take the lid off and open it up. And on this side, I decided, because there was no box attached, I was going to make a little greeting card out of it, and I'll put the name and who it's from, or I'll keep it a surprise. I haven't decided yet, but it says, "Hope your Halloween is full of sweet surprises." And then this is the little 3-step tower gift box, where in these two boxes here, I used a little bit of this decorative shred in black from the Dollar Tree. And I have a pair of earrings up here in the top box. And then the middle one, I have a pair of the Boo earrings. And then in the bottom box, I put in a couple chocolates. There's like an eyeball chocolate here, and there's some pumpkin chocolates. And I also put in a little bit of decorative shred, just so she could have a sweet treat with her 2 pairs of earrings. So without further ado, we are going to create this box together. Let's get started. So I think we're going to create the little gift boxes first, and I actually made these just out of pattern paper, and you're going to need 3 of them, and the sizes that you want are 4 by 4. I'm just going to get out my scoreboard. 4 by 4, and you're going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. I went ahead and made 2 up ahead of time just so it would save time in the video. And then you want to fold them up. On the score lines. And then we're going to cut 4 tabs and put the box together. So you'll cut up on this score line here, straight up to meet with the other score line. Just don't cut past. And then I'm trimming out a little angle so that when I put the box together, this top piece here will be nice and flush up here, and you won't have any like little pieces sticking out like that. So that's the only reason why we do that. Cut up on this score line and create a tab here. So now I have 2 tabs. I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing to the opposite side. And you'll want 3 of these boxes for the step tower. And then I'm just going to fold my tabs in and put liquid glue on all 4 tabs. You can use any adhesive you like. You know, if you prefer using double-sided tape, go for it. It's all up to you. And then we're just going to take those 4 tabs and we're going to join them with the side of the box, just like that. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to make 3 of these. And then for our wrap, I decided to make the wrap with cardstock instead of just pattern paper because I wanted the wrap to be a little more sturdy than just, you know, like a flimsy piece of pattern paper. It's entirely up to you. If you don't want to mat it, you can just go ahead and create your wrap with pattern paper. But I'm using a black sheet of cardstock and the size is 9 inches long by 3 1/4 inches wide. I'm going to line it up at 9 inches. I'm going to score it at 2 1/4, 4 1/2, and 6 3/4. Again, 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 6 3/4, and we're going to fold up the score lines. And at this point, if you made yours out of pattern paper, there's nothing left to do for this. You can fast forward the video. But if you want to cover them with decorative mats, you're going to need 4 decorative mats in the same pattern for the outside, 3 decorative mats for the inside, and 1 sheet of white if you want to create a greeting card situation to go with yours like I did. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the inside first, and I'm really sorry for all that noise, but the grass guys are here outside of my complex, and it's really strange because they are normally not here on a Saturday. But maybe they knew I was going to video and they decided to just come and make lots of noise. So sorry about that. But they ended up trimming all the bushes today and they're right outside my window right now. I'm so sorry. I hope it's not too loud. But you're going to go ahead and mat every single piece here. I'm sorry, did I give you guys the measurements? Pretty sure I did, but if I didn't, let me go ahead and do that now. I apologize. So you'll need 8 mats all together, and these mats, let's see, measure 3 1/8 inches high by 2 1/8 inches wide. Sure you all just heard that. He's like right outside my window. So I do apologize. And I hope that wasn't too loud for you all. But I really don't want to stop this video right now, because I'm on a roll today. I just want to keep going. Okay, so I did the inside. I'm going to mat the outside real quick. And then we're going to make our lid. The lid, you can decide for yourself if you want to just make it out of pattern paper or if you want to make it like I did and then put little mats on it. It's It's up to you what you'd like to do. But I just think this makes your box nice and sturdy. Especially if you're going to put heavy, oh, here I had the measurements. 3 1/8 by 2 1/8. Of course it was on the last piece that I used. I just think it makes it sturdy, especially if you're going to put heavy candies and things like that in. Okay, so our wrap is complete. Let's put that aside. And we are going to make our lid. Our lid is 4 5/16 by 4 5/16 of an inch. And 5/16 is basically the little tiny line right past 4 1/4. Okay? For those that don't know, because I have been asked those questions before. Okay, 4 5/16 by 4 5/16, and we're going to score it at 1 inch on all 4 sides. And if you use decorative paper, you're good to go. But if you made yours out of cardstock, I'm going to give you the measurements for the mats. After we cut our tabs, we're going to do it pretty much the same way we did to put the box together. Cut up on this score line to meet up with the other score line, and just don't cut past. And create that little tab there. And you're going to make a tab on this side, a tab on this side, and a tab on this side. And before we put our lid together, I'm going to mat it up. So all the little pieces here in the spider web pattern, and here comes my cat. Oh my gosh, nobody bothers me until I start videoing, I swear. And then the phone starts ringing and the grass guys come and my cat jumps on me. It's crazy. Okay, so the little tabs here for the sides are 2 1/8 inches long by 7/8 wide. And you're just gonna put those on there, and it leaves a nice black border all the way around the pattern paper. It's easier to mat it before you put it together. Again, 2 1/8 by 7/8, and then the center, which is the top part of your lid, up here, that piece measures 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. And I just try to center it in the middle as best I can. And push everything down with my bone folder. Flip it around, and I'm going to put those tabs in again like I did with the box on the bottom, and I'm just going to add my adhesive and put it all together. Then we're going to put our boxes inside our wrap. I am going to go in with my bone folder though and press down really well. Oops, see, this one I didn't press down good enough. Hold on a second. There we go. Press down on those tabs inside just to make sure it's really adhered down. So there's our lid. This is our wrap. Make sure I have the pattern going the right way. So what I want to do is start off with the bottom, and you want this bottom box to be down at the bottom edge here. Okay, so it gives you a flat base. So I'm just going to put glue on one side let me make sure I'm really good in camera here. I'm going to center it between that tab, that, you know, piece there, but make sure it's at the bottom. And then press it down. Okay, now I'm going to put my top one. You could just put the next one if you want it to, but I want this one to be at the very top. So I'm just going to put this one first. And if you want to do any stamping on your mat, you want to do that before you add the boxes. It just makes it a lot easier. Okay, so this one is going to go right at the top here. And then this one I'm going to center in between the two of them. And what I like to do is just put the glue on one side. I'm going to eyeball a little bit here what the center would be. But before I press down, I like to fold it up to make sure none of the boxes are going to hit each other. And then, yep, that looks good. And then I'm going to press down. And that's it, guys. That's how I created my 3-step tower box. And all that's left is to decorate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up as it really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe for future video notification. Hit that bell. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.